Well, after June gave me only a few projects to review, July hit back with 8 projects to review because I cannot catch a break this year. But July was a great month, especially for the release of one particular project that has broken everything. June and July were the months I was waiting for, so let's see what July has to offer. Also, I am releasing this one first because I have to wait for Inside Out 2 to come out onto digital in September, so I will release that one probably in the next few months, but I have to wait for it to come out on digital. But let's see what July has to offer, shall we? Why do you exist? Why were you made? Why are you just 8 episodes of food puns? Why has your animation gone down in quality? Just why? Nothing in this is funny. Even the R-rated content is uninteresting because it's food, so you never really care when they get ripped apart. I just have so many questions as to why this was made. Can someone please justify the existence of this show, because no one was asking for this and no one really wanted the original to exist. But here we are. Whilst we wait for Season 5 of Harley Quinn, we can enjoy the spin-off about the one character who was significant for a few seasons but was then sidelined. I was pleasantly surprised at this one, as it did still have some of the charm of the Harley Quinn show and many of the characters make appearances. Kaiban is still somewhat of a compelling protagonist, and Golden Glider is a nice addition. They balance each other out quite well. I think it's just a fun romp through a DC world on a smaller scale to the Harley Quinn show, a more grounded and smaller scale story that doesn't go crazy every 5 minutes, minus a few pretty big scenes that they do. Still waiting for Season 5 of Harley Quinn though, because it seems there are some stories we don't have yet that would be interesting to see in the next season. Yes. Hell yes. Everything about this is yes. Everything. Multiverse? Yes. Deadpool? Yes. Wolverine? Hell yes. Cameos? Oh my god, yes. Story? Yes. Jokes? Yes. Needle drops? Absolutely yes. And round of applause for the best opening sequence in Marvel, hands down. This was the first Marvel movie since Age of Ultron I saw in cinemas twice, and I am so much better for it. And of course this movie was emotional, as was the last of the Fox X-Men movies, and a love letter to the old era of Marvel movies before the MCU. The tributes and references were also welcomed, and it was great to see people get one final run at these characters before we say goodbye to this era of movies for good. Deadpool and Wolverine was a truly perfect movie, and hands down one of the best Marvel movies of the 2020s. And can Marvel start doing X-Men now, please? Because this and X-Men 97 have shown that they know what they're doing with these characters. This was everything and more I wanted from this movie. Releasing the day after Deadpool and Wolverine? Risky, but this season is the best so far. Everything about this was Dragon Prince at its best. Character development, magic, world building, dragons, conflict, all work together in beautiful and brutal harmony. And Dragon Prince wins the award for most brutal character backstory. Again. And the award for the best death fake out that, had they gone with, would have made me bawl my eyes out. And finally, we got the backstory for Callum we had been waiting 6 seasons for. God. The villains are still so relatable. Even Aravos, who has incredibly sad and depressing backstory that makes him slightly more redeemable, but barely. And we got the wedding we had been waiting 2 seasons for, in like the final episode. You really drag that one out, Dragon Prince. If this is what the second to last season can do, who knows how good the final season is going to be, and how much we are all going to cry at that final episode. As I said in my Netflix video, I did not have this on my slate for 2024, but I'm kind of glad it does exist because it was funny. Tom Ellis worked so well for Godcat it was uncanny, Devilcat was hilarious, and the family, whilst dysfunctional, has some genuine sweet moments. This show does try to make references to modern situations, sometimes falling flat, but there were some moments that were genuinely funny. The animation style fits so well with the style of the game, and has some very creative and unique moments. All in all, a good young adult family show that has some unique and creative moments. This movie was fine. It was fine. The family was fine. The minions are fine. The side characters are fine. The music is actually pretty fire, to be honest. It's just fine. The animation is still good. It's Illumination, but other than that, it's really just fine. I mean, Gru Jr. is adorable, but that's about it. Nothing extraordinary. And there's definitely worse in their roster. This is a strange concept for a movie that they executed very well. This movie is very entertaining in so many ways. The characters have great chemistry and interactions, the action is both intense and entertaining, and I am now even more afraid of tornadoes because this movie does such a good job of showcasing both the awe-inspiring beauty and the brutal devastation of these forces of nature. Also, storm chasing is a stupid idea no matter how entertaining you make it look. I also enjoyed all the scientific explanations they gave for how tornadoes work. I was worried the romantic subplot was going to be very generic in that it was stare at each other for 5 minutes, so they must fall in love now. But they at least got to know each other a little first, which was nice. All said and done, it's another fun, chaotic film that I'm happy to watch again. The concept alone was interesting when the first season came out, and it still is, slightly. I personally like the first season more, mostly because Bryce is less annoying, but there were some fun moments, some funny moments, and some violent moments. Bryce needs to shut up. He is annoying, he isn't funny, and I do not care that he is voiced by Ted from Ted Lasso. We even had to go onto a side rant about his situation with his daughter, like, come on! I appreciate giving us a series separated from the MCU that has a lot of original characters, and is a very strong, isolated story. Still think season 1 is better, but this season was still strong. But Bryce needs to go. Please. 3, 2, 1. So, July was actually pretty good. We seem to be getting to the part of the year where major studios and franchises are releasing their projects, so I have high hopes for what is to come as we approach the end of the year. Now, who's ready for Arcane Season 2?